When a television series transcends entertainment and becomes a cultural phenomenon, it is rarely because of spectacle alone. It happens when a story connects deeply with human emotion, memory, and psychology. Over the past decade, several shows have dominated global conversations, but few have captured cross-generational audiences as powerfully as Stranger Things. While epic narratives like Game of Thrones reshaped fantasy storytelling and Breaking Bad redefined character transformation, Stranger Things achieved something uniquely universal. It did not rely on sprawling political complexity or morally ambiguous anti-heroes. Instead, it told a relatively simple story about a small town, a group of children, and a mysterious parallel dimension. Yet it became one of the most beloved shows in modern television. To understand why, we must look beyond plot and examine the psychological forces that make audiences emotionally invest in stories. One of the most powerful elements behind the success of Stranger Things is nostalgia. Unlike Game of Thrones, which immerses viewers in a medieval fantasy world, or Breaking Bad, which presents a grounded contemporary crime drama, Stranger Things situates its narrative in the 1980s, a decade romanticized for its simplicity and analog warmth. Nostalgia is not merely remembering the past, it is an emotional experience that produces comfort and psychological stability. Research shows that nostalgic memories can reduce stress, increase feelings of social connectedness, and improve mood. Even viewers who did not grow up during the 1980s experience borrowed nostalgia through retro bikes, arcade games, cassette tapes, and synth music. The visual palette, warm lighting, and analog textures create an emotional atmosphere of familiarity and safety. In contrast, Game of Thrones immerses viewers in relentless political tension and betrayal, while Breaking Bad thrives on escalating anxiety and moral decay. Stranger Things, by comparison, offers viewers a return to emotional warmth. Another key factor is the portrayal of childhood friendship. At the heart of the story is a group of young friends navigating extraordinary circumstances together. Their bond is built on loyalty, trust, and shared imagination rather than social status or personal ambition. Humans are inherently social beings wired for belonging, and stories that emphasize strong group bonds activate feelings of emotional security. In Game of Thrones, alliances shift constantly and betrayal is expected. In Breaking Bad, relationships deteriorate under pressure and secrecy. But in Stranger Things, friendship is a source of strength and safety. Watching characters support one another through fear and uncertainty evokes memories of childhood friendships, a time when relationships felt more genuine and uncomplicated. This emotional simplicity offers relief from the complexities of adult life. The show also resonates through its portrayal of outsiders and misfits. Nearly every central character exists outside traditional social hierarchies. The boys are labeled nerds, Eleven struggles with social norms, and even popular characters evolve into more layered individuals searching for identity and purpose. Psychologically, audiences connect with outsiders because most people have experienced moments of exclusion or difference. Stories in which outsiders become heroes satisfy a deep desire for validation and acceptance. While Breaking Bad explores alienation through moral dissent and Game of Thrones often punishes vulnerability, Stranger Things celebrates difference as strength. It reassures viewers that being different does not mean being powerless. Fear also plays a crucial role in the show's appeal, but its use differs significantly from darker narratives. Humans are drawn to fear when it can be experienced safely. Horror elements such as supernatural creatures and alternate dimensions trigger adrenaline and suspense, yet the viewer remains secure in their environment. Psychologists refer to this as the fear-safety paradox, the enjoyment of fear when danger is perceived but not real. Unlike Game of Thrones, where violence often feels brutal and unpredictable, or Breaking Bad, where tension emerges from human cruelty and consequence, Stranger Things balances fear by humor, friendship, and emotional warmth. This balance prevents emotional overload and transforms fear into thrilling excitement rather than distress. Mystery and curiosity also drive engagement. From the opening episodes, Stranger Things presents unanswered questions that compel viewers to seek resolution. Humans are problematically wired to close information gaps. When presented with incomplete information, the brain experiences tension that motivates continued attention. While Game of Thrones relies on complex political intrigue and Breaking Bad builds suspense through strategic decision-making, Stranger Things uses mystery in a more primal way. Missing children, hidden laboratories, and parallel worlds. These mysteries are simple enough to be universally accessible, yet compelling enough to sustain curiosity across episodes. Another important factor is emotional accessibility. Breaking Bad captivates viewers through moral ambiguity and the psychological transformation of its protagonist. Game of Thrones fascinates audiences with power dynamics and ethical complexity. Both shows demand cognitive engagement and emotional endurance. Stranger Things, however, prioritizes emotional clarity. Its themes, friendship, courage, belonging, and resilience, are immediately understandable across cultures and age groups. This accessibility allows viewers to connect emotionally without needing to decode intricate political alliances or moral dilemmas. Character attachment further strengthens the show's popularity. Over time, viewers develop emotional bonds with fictional characters, a phenomenon psychologists call parasocial relationships. These bonds feel real, fostering empathy and emotional investment. Stranger Things carefully develops its characters, allowing them to grow while preserving their core humanity. While Walter White's transformation in Breaking Bad is compelling but unsettling, and many Game of Thrones characters evolve through trauma and betrayal, the characters in Stranger Things retain emotional relatability. Their growth reflects resilience rather than corruption. Perhaps the most significant reason for the show's global appeal is its message of hope in the face of darkness. Benevolent forces do not always triumph easily, but unity and courage persist. In a world where news cycles often amplify uncertainty and division, narratives that emphasize cooperation and resilience provide emotional comfort. Game of Thrones often portrays power as corrupting and survival as ruthless, while Breaking Bad explores the consequences of pride and moral compromise. Stranger Things, in contrast, emphasizes collective strength and emotional connection. This hopeful worldview does not ignore darkness, it demonstrates that darkness can be confronted together. Despite its supernatural elements, the structure of Stranger Things is remarkably simple. A small community confronts an unknown threat while protecting one another. This simplicity is not a weakness, but a strength. Complex narratives can impress, but simple emotional truths resonate universally. The show's structure mirrors classic storytelling traditions: friendship, courage, mystery, and the battle between light and darkness. By blending these timeless themes with modern production and emotional authenticity, the series achieves both familiarity and freshness. The global success of Stranger Things demonstrates that emotional resonance often outweighs narrative complexity. While Game of Thrones captivated audiences through scale and political drama, and Breaking Bad through psychological transformation and moral tension, Stranger Things captured hearts through emotional warmth, nostalgia, and human connection. It did not aim to overwhelm viewers with complexity. It invited them into a world that felt both thrilling and emotionally safe. Ultimately, the show's popularity reveals something fundamental about human nature. People seek stories that help them feel connected, understood, and hopeful. They long for reminders of simpler times, for friendships that feel genuine, and for narratives where courage and unity can overcome fear. Stranger Things succeeds not because it is the most complex or intellectually demanding series, but because it understands the emotional needs of its audience. Beneath the supernatural mysteries and cinematic spectacle lies a deeply human story about belonging, resilience, and the power of connection.
And perhaps that is why, despite its simplicity, the show became a global phenomenon. In a media landscape filled with darkness, complexity, and moral ambiguity, Stranger Things offered something rare, a thrilling escape that also felt emotionally like coming home. But do you know why Jon Snow of Game of Thrones is loved so much by people, and the psychology behind characters like him? Click on this video and I would love to see you there. Like, share, and subscribe for more such content.